Welcome to day 2 of our full stack Python program course. We're gonna be going back into a little bit of day 1 yesterday, day 1B yesterday, right? Because we had day 1A and yesterday was day 1B. And today we're gonna look into, we need to go back because this was very important, what we did at the end of day 1B. Go watch the video if you haven't seen it. But we're gonna go over really quick because this, you need to nail this. We learn about the for each loop. For I in range 1 to 12, print I. And remember that we asked ChatGPT why this was like that, and then it explained. The range starts at 1, but it ends one number before the range. So it's not here 1 to 12 numbers. It's going to be 11 numbers as you have here. So this is very important. Now, the other thing that we need to make sure that we have it properly, make sure that you have the syntax in your head. For I in range 1 to 12, the range, and then you have the semicolons, and then you can print the I. Let's go and see if we did it yesterday. Yeah, we did yesterday. And then we got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers that were pinned. So once again, for I in range 1 to 11, print I. This is what you need to remember. Now the second one that we learned yesterday, is very important that you also hit the nail right there and make sure that you get it right all the time. Is this here. If a number bigger than 15, print yes. In this case, the equation is false. 5 is not bigger than 15. We print yes. Else, print no. So it will print no for sure because 5 is not bigger than 15. And I think we have it here. Did we actually run this? Let's can't remember if we run it yesterday. So let's run it. Let's type it. We're gonna see if we remember this. If let's say 8 bigger than 12. Then we have to put a semicolon, and then we're gonna say print yes, which is false, so it shouldn't print yes. And then we're gonna say else, and we have auto format, so even if you don't write it properly, auto format will format it properly. Else print no. So I believe this is correct. Let's see, Control S, and now we're gonna run this. So there you go. The answer is no. Actually print properly. He printed no because 8 is not bigger than 12. And then you can try the reverse. If 12 bigger than 8, then it's gonna print yes. So basically this is what we call Boolean true or false statement. So remember the semicolon goes right here and right after the else. So this is one thing to remember. We're gonna comment this. Control, we learned that already on day 1, how to comment this. And now we go and we're going to try to see if we remember the range. For I range, and then we give the range 1 to 8, and we need semicolons over here. It's already giving us an error, so probably something's wrong. We didn't do it properly. We're gonna go and check it out after. Print I. Okay, is that correct? Something is wrong. Spec in for E. You see, actually help us. We were missing the word in. So for I in range, print I. So Visual Code actually help us with this problem. And now we're gonna run it. There you have it. Now it count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, it always starts with 1 and then it stops 1 before. So remember this for I in range. Then don't forget the semicolons, print. So those are the two that we need to nail it. You see, even me, I need to make sure that I nail this. This gonna come in an interview, very possible. So make sure you have the correct syntax. Perfect. So we're gonna go now and start day 2. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and we're gonna be doing 100 days of programming if you want to become a full stack Python programmer. So let's go on with day 2. Okay, so day 1A was the setup, day 1B was the basics. And now day 2, it's where you start thinking like a programmer, not typing like a typist. Today we'll build foundations that interviewers test constantly. So let's go with data types, thinking like Python. The goal of today, by the end of today, you will understand Python data types, know how Python stores values, avoid beginner mistakes, build your first small logic-based program, and take a small test. No copying, you will understand. Perfect. So this is a nice curriculum that we have for today. So part one, the 4 core data types. Everything in Python is an object with a type. The 4 most important types right now. Type int example 5. What it is, whole number. So int, it's a number. It's a whole number. So don't put decimals on int. Then we have the float. This is the decimal number. So 5.2, 5.3, 5.4. Then we have str, which means string. Hello. Text. It means text. And then we have what we just did before, which is, remember we did the if statement, and the if statement, if something is true or false, then that's what we call the boolean. Bool. It's a yes or no value. So remember the 4 most important. Once again, let's repeat it. Int, float, string, or str. In this case, bool. Int, float, str, and bool. So let's start with integers, no quotes. X equals 5, so there's no quotes. Number, check the type. To check the type, we do print type and x. It's gonna print class int. Okay, so let's give it a try. So we're not just reading, we're gonna be applying this. So it says x equals 5, and then we're gonna say print type of x, and then we're gonna clear this CLS. With the arrow, we're gonna go and look for python main.py, and then we have it here, class int. Perfect. So that we got it. Float decimal numbers. So the float price equals 9.99. Print type price should be a float. Give it a test. So now we're gonna comment this. You know how to comment. Control and then the slash, the forward slash. Let's do this. So now we're gonna go and do price equals 9.99, and then print once again. This time it's type, and the type will be price. Okay, Control S. Let's run this, and the class is float. Perfect. So now we do the string. I think we did it the last time, but we're gonna redo it. Name John, Python type, and it should be class str. Let's go and do this. Control forward slash to comment, and now we're gonna say name, the variable name equals to Marco. Now we print. I want to print the type. What's the type of name? And it should give me the type is str for string. So str, bool, int, float, those are the 4 data type. 4 data types. There you go. Perfect. Booleans. Let's go with a boolean. Booleans is active, true, and we do the type of is active. And there's an important thing. True and false must start with capital letters. See, this is something you need to remember. True and false must start with capital letters in Python. This course is really beginners friendly. If you've never done this, time you get on it on day 1. We just started day 2, so this is gonna be very easy. So let's give it a try. Is active equals true. Okay, and then we're gonna print the type. What is the type of is active, and the type is gonna say it's a boolean. Let's go and test it. There you go, bool for boolean, str, float, int. So you have the 4 data types right here. And remember, the boolean or the bool, it's always true and false. It must start with capital letter. So now let's go with part 2, type conversion. Very important. You already saw Python int 5. Yes, we did on day 1. Now you understand all the conversions. Yeah, we spoke about it. Int 5 equals 5, but it's the text 5. Here it's gonna convert the 5 into a number. Float 5.5, it's gonna convert into a float. str5, then this will convert into a text. Boolean 1, it's true. Boolean 0, it's false. Okay, do you want to do all this? Let's go and give it a try. Let's go and give it since we're at it, we're gonna make sure that we nail it, we get it right. Control forward slash for the comments, and let's go and do. So it says int with quotes. Let me change my keyboard, some accents here. Remove 5. All right, we're gonna do them all. Float 5.2. Now we're gonna do also, it's, remember the other one was str 5, and then we're gonna do bool of 0. I don't recall if we have to put quotes or not here. We're gonna wait and see. And bool of 1. Let's see if it's gonna convert. I'm not even looking at what ChatGPT gave us, so we're gonna go like that and see. And let's print. Let's start by printing. Let's start from the bottom. Let's try to print bool. Actually, is this gonna print? I'm not sure that it's gonna print because we're not putting this in somewhere. Let's try like this. What happens? We're testing at the same time. Class bool. You just print class bool, so it doesn't print much other than class bool. So basically here we should put I guess we cannot use the word bool, so one, let's put, I don't know, active, and then we're gonna print, instead of printing bool, we're gonna print active, true. Perfect. And basically if we put here not active, basically it should print now false. Oh, hold on, not active equals 0, active equals 1, print not active. Why is it still print? That's something interesting. So not active equals, is it because I didn't save? Let me see. No, it's still printing true. It's a good question. Why this happened? Is it because we put one before the other one? Let's change the, let's remove this, put it here. Since it's reading from the top to the bottom, maybe because the last action is active, then it gives us true. Could it be that the reason? No, it still gives us true. So let's ask ChatGPT why this is happening. Because maybe it doesn't need a string. Why the print is true when the last statement is not shouldn't false. So we're doing this like we're in school. We're learning, but we're just not following. We are also asking questions. You just touched one of the most misunderstood beginner. Let's go and slow. Perfect. Active bool 1, not active bool, not false. You expected false, but it print true. Yes, exactly. Now let's understand why. The important rule. Bool does not look at the meaning of the text. It only checks if it's empty or not empty. How Python thinks when you write bool 1. It thinks is this string empty? 1, not empty, true. When you write bool 0, Python asks, is string empty? 0, not empty, true. Python does not care that it looks like 0. Oh, you see that? Now we learned something. It only cares empty string, false, and anything else is true. So let's prove it. False, true, 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 true. Okay. So even false is true because it is text, not logic. Very important distinction between 0. There are our mistakes. We put quotes and we shouldn't have put quotes 0. Why? Because 0, number 0, false. Text, not empty, is true. So mental model, this goal, think of bool like this. Number 0 equals false, any other number true. For strings, empty, false, anything is true. So remember that we just learned something big here for if you're a beginner. Why beginners get trapped here? Because human thinks 0 means false, but Python thinks it is empty. Totally different logic. If you actually want 0 to mean false, you must convert this first. Not active bool in 0, print not active, and then that's gonna give you false. Final rule to remember, strings are evaluated by emptiness, not by meaning. Quick check, answer in your own words. Why does this print true? Because it has quotes and it thinks that it's not empty, so that's why it gives false. It gives true. So basically that was our mistake. As a beginner, perfect. So now we understand. So now if we remove the quotes here and now we run this again, what is the answer? What do you think, guys? It's gonna be the answer? It's gonna be false. There you have it, false. Perfect. So we learned something massive right now. We learned 4 different types. The boolean doesn't have quotes. As for the others, can have actually quotes because it will convert. Let's print now that we did this. Let's do here and call it temperature. Is that the way you spell? I don't even know how to spell. Temperature, like this. Print temperature. So now it should print 5.2. Try 5.2. Perfect. So I guess you want me to do this one at the bottom also. Let's do it. Let's put it age. It's gonna be a string, so it's gonna be text. It's not gonna be a number. So even though it's gonna be 5, we know now it's str. It's a text. It's not a number because it's an str 5. Okay, perfect. So that's let's go continue on our day 2. Go back where we were. We were here. Important truth about booleans. Oh, because we never got there. That's why we remember I stopped here and I went and I did it on my own without even reading the rest. This is where important. ChatGPT already gave us before I even asked my question. Look, important truth about booleans. Python sees 0 as false, empty, false, none, false, everything else is gonna be true. So very important to remember this. For booleans or bool, it's gonna be 0, it's gonna be false, empty is gonna be false, none is gonna be false, and everything else is gonna be. And we just did this. Print bool, it's gonna be false. Print bool, hello, it's gonna be true. You want us to try it, or we're good with this? Let's give it a try. We just did it. Print bool of true, it's gonna become true. Print bool of 0, it's gonna be false. Print bool with empty string is gonna be false. Print bool of none should be false. It has a little problem here, it's not defined, and everything else gonna be true. So let's go and see. Let's comment, and we're only gonna run this. So the first one is true, the second one is false, and the third one is false, and then we have an error on none. Here it was talking about none. None, it means nothing. Okay, it's my mistake, I put the word none, when in reality you have to leave it empty like this. See, we're learning. It was not the word. So now we have true, false, false, false. So if you leave empty string, it's gonna be false. If you put a 0, it's gonna be false, and if you put it empty, it's gonna be false. Everything else is gonna be. So I think we beat this bush enough. So let's go on part 3. So now we're gonna learn about comparison operators. This is where logic starts. Equal. Okay, perfect. This is when it becomes interesting. The comparison operator, you have the equal, which double equal. So equal, equal. You have not equal. So you have exclamation with an equal is not equal. Greater than, you know which one it is. Less than, and then greater or equal, and then less or equal. So try to nail this, try to remember this. 2 equals make equal, because 1 equal is only, it's assigning. You are assigning the value to the variable. It's not being, it doesn't mean that it's equal. Here is a comparison. You're saying that they are equal, and not equal with an exclamation, greater than, less than, greater and equal, and less than equal. So let's move on. Print 5. So once again, those are Boolean operations, which we already did. Print 5, it's gonna print true. 5, but we need to do it because we gotta make sure that we nail this for the interview. So if we say print 5 is bigger than 1, the logic will say you're gonna print true. Let's clear this and let's do this. True. And now if you do the other way around, 1 is bigger than 5, false. Well, the answer will be false. So you get the idea. So which brings us to part 4. Real thinking begins. Perfect. Now we're talking. Now we're getting serious. Look at this. Age 18. We assign 18 into age. If age is greater than 18, print adult. Else prints minor. Python checks condition. Condition returns a boolean, then executes a block. So we're gonna do this. We're not gonna try to remember this, and let's do it to see if we remember the loop. If 18 is greater or equal, if 18 equals, what am I saying here? I'm already wrong. If is, let's say age. I already messed up big time. You see, that's why it's important to do the right thing here. So let's start first. We didn't do this properly. Age equals to 25. All right, so we give first of all here a statement, and we say that we assign 25 into the age. If the age is greater than or equal to 18, there we have the semicolon, right? Print you are an adult. Okay, and then we're gonna just copy this because I don't want to retype. Okay, and then we're gonna say else, and else it should be at the beginning here. Starting to learn. Print copy paste. You write you are out. You are not the father, like Mary. Okay, so now let's run this. So what do you think the answer will be? You're an adult. Yes, because age equals 25, and if age it's greater than 18, then it's gonna print. Now we put here 15, and now we're gonna run this. You are out. You're not an adult. Perfect. So we got this right. Perfect. We did this. Return some volume and then execute. So now we're gonna have a first small project, mini project guided. Project Age Checker Pro. To create this program, ask user for age, convert it into int. If under 13, child, 13 to 17, teen. Now we have multiple choices here. We didn't learn about, are we gonna do else? Because then we can do some of the programs that have many other ways to do this. Structure, okay. I don't know, I'm not sure if I like this, that it's giving us the problem and right away the answer. I thought we were gonna do it on our own, but I guess not. I guess it's a guided project. So basically we're gonna ask a user for age, we're gonna convert it into int, and then Under 13 is a child. 13 to 17 gonna be a teen. 18 to 64 is an adult, and then 64 plus is a senior. So let's look into that. Age equals int, input, enter your age. Remember that we learned the input, enter your age. So it's gonna convert into an int. And then if age smaller than 13, print child. Elif, so now we learned something new, which is elif, which we have not learned. Elif, age, elif, senior. Okay. Python checks top to bottom. First true condition wins, then this stop. So let's try to do it. We just look at it once, but let's try to do it on our own. We are going to comment this. By the way, I should have put here somewhere that it was day 2 that we started, so I know who starts on here, right? Yeah, the range was today, so we're gonna put here day 2. I'm gonna comment this. Perfect. If ever I wanna redo this. Okay, so let's try. So we're gonna ask the user first to enter their name, their age. So we have age. We said that the age we're gonna convert into an int. Okay, we open the here the parentheses. Now we're gonna do an input. We open the 2 parentheses, and then we're gonna ask a question that we want to ask on the please enter your age. Okay, so that is done. So we ask the user for the age, and now we're gonna compare the age. If age it's smaller or equal, actually not equal, 13 equal or not equal. Let's do it smaller like this. Less than 13. Don't forget the semicolons, and then we're gonna say print you are a child. Okay, and now we learned something new. It's not else, it's elif, which I didn't even know. Elif, and then we do the same, print you are a teenager, but something here we missed. If age 13, elif age it's less than 17, then print here we need again, I think so this is the way it is. And then we're gonna just copy this again. I don't want to feel like typing it again. Copy, because we understand the concept. So elif age less than 65, you are an adult. And then we finish with else. There's no semicolon after elif. Else print, so whatever condition, everything else is you are a senior. Okay, perfect. So I think this should be good. What do you guys think? Print you are out, you are not an adult, please enter input. Is it gonna work? Let's go, let's give it a try. We formatted properly, and let's check it out. Clear this so you can see properly. So we're gonna run main.py. Please enter your age. So if I do 12, you're a child. Perfect. Recognize me, the child. Age, let's do 15 years old. You're a teenager. Yes, true. And finally, well, not finally, we're gonna try another one. 25, you're an adult. Yes. And the last one, 66, you're a senior. Perfect. The program runs perfectly. I think the syntax is good. Let's go and check it out, because we only were able to check it once. So after elif, the semicolon is over here. After else, the semicolon is over here. Remember that part? I think we got it good. If you didn't get it, so go ahead and do it on your own. Now day 2 tests, no googling. Perfect. So here's our first test. What type is this? X, that's a str string. What type is this? Int. This is an int because it's gonna convert it into int. What does this print? Empty means false. What does this print? Print 10 equals to 10. So it's gonna print 10, which is a number. It will compare it 10, which is a string, equals, it's not equal, so probably is this I think this is a Boolean equation, and it should be false. We're gonna go and check it out. We're gonna go and try it. Why does this fail? Python print 5, because we're trying to add a str string with a number, with a integer. Okay, so you want to give it a try. So this one, it's easy. Remember how we do it? Let's copy this. We're gonna save some time, and let's comment this. Perfect. Here we go. So let's print not x. We're gonna print the type of x to see if we got it right. Okay, so this should be str. We already know the answer, but we are trying it. There you go, the class str. Perfect. So one answer good. What type is this? When we said the type is int. Let's go and check it out. If we got the lesson right. Okay, comment this, Control V. And now we're gonna do print type, and then the type is said, and let's close this. And so it's gonna be class int, right? Are you with me? Perfect, you're with me. Now the boolean, what does this print? It's gonna be printing, we did that before, right before. Refresh in your memory. Control, okay, print bool like this. Okay, we already know it's gonna print false, so false. We are getting very good. So 3 out of 3. What does this print? So this is the one we didn't know, but I think it's should be another boolean and it should be false. That's my answer. What's your answer? Put it in your comments. I say it's false. False, we got it. Yeah, because this is an integer and this is str, a string. Why does this fail? Once again, it's the same as on the top. We can add two numbers. We can add an str plus a integer. We can do it. Python is not gonna like it. Okay, so what do you guys think? There you go, error. Print 5 can only concatenate str, not int to str. Well, there it gives you the answer here. It's a type error because the data types are not the same. So now you know what to answer in an interview. And now we go to the bonus. Important interview awareness. Explain in one sentence what is the difference between this and this. If you can answer that confidently, you're growing fast. Well, equals, it's an assignment. You assign a value to the variable. In this case, it's a comparison operator. So you're comparing two things. And this is what it is. We got it. Expected time, lesson 30-35, mini project, 20 minutes, test 10 minutes, debugging 15, total 1.5 hours. Reply, mini power done, mini power project done. Your answer to the 5 tests. Any confusion? You guys have any confusion? Let me know. Put the comments, please, so I know how am I moving. I'm moving too slow, too fast, so we can actually get in target. Then we move to loops, deeper nest. Okay, let's reply with this. And I want to know if we're still on day 2 or we need to go to day. Are we still on day 2? Yes, we're still on day 2. You're doing well. Day 2 is foundation day. If foundation are weak, everything later collapses. So we do deep enough to make you solid. First, I need 5 answers. You said mini project done, good, but still need you to answer 2 types, 5, blah, blah, blah. Answer from memory, no running code. 1 to 5. Okay, we did that. Okay. Day 2, part 2, perfect. We level up now. Since you have no confusion, we move into logic thinking and flow control. This is where the developers separate from typists. Perfect. We want to separate it from typists. We don't want to be just copy and paste programmers. We want to understand everything. The concept 1, order matters. Look at this. Age 20. Okay, we assign 20 to the age. If age greater than 10, print greater than 10. Okay. Elif, age it's greater than 18, print greater than 18. What prints greater than 10? Why? Because Python stop at the first true condition. It never checks the rest. Oh, okay. So now the order matters. We understand now that only the first this will run, then the rest it will ignore the rest because Python stop at the first true condition. Okay. So when you do a loop, you're only gonna check one condition. It never checks the rest. Now the concept 2 and or critical for interviews. Age equals 25. Has ID equals true. If age greater or equal to 18 and has ID print aloud. Oh, this is like entering, we're getting into something interesting. You're running a program and you want to let the person access some files or some pages. That's the way you do it. This could be a user. If user equals this, and if it has an ID, then it's true, then you're allowed. Perfect. That's the type of thing I love to learn. So rules. And so we use now here the AND operator. And both must be true. Or at least one must be true to let it pass. So if you put or, it's gonna let pass either the age, either the ID will let pass. If you put and, both must comply. Example, print true and false, print true and false, print true or false. Think before answering. Okay, so this is a question. But I want to go back and do this first. We're gonna start with this one. We're gonna run it. We're gonna run this operation first. So age 20, if age, we're gonna put 2 conditions, if and then if. We're gonna test it. It's all about testing. If we just read, it's like reading a book. We don't want to do that. We want to actually understand, and our brain will thanks us because we are actually trying the things and now understanding. So let's go and say age. We assign 24 to the age And now we say if age greater than 10, the two semicolons, print you are greater than 10. Elif actually age greater than 18, because both conditions are, well, not similar, they are not the same, but they are similar. Then print you are greater than 18. Perfect. So now if we run this, clear all this mess, it says that it's just gonna run the first one that is true. You are greater than 10, so it's not gonna consider the other one. So that is done. Then we had this program, this concept 2, its age equal, has an ID true, and then print allowed. Okay, so now we have an AND operator. Let's go and give it a try. Perfect. So we say here age is 24, has ID equals to true. All right, and now we're gonna say if age greater or equal to 18 and has ID. Usually it should work this, but do I have to put true? I don't know. This is a little confusing to me. Hopefully it works. Print you are in. This is like a program that lets you get in. So now we're gonna run this python main.py to run it. You are in. Perfect. So now we check two conditions. The condition one, so what we're gonna do another one here. We're gonna change, and if we say false, for sure it's not gonna work. So let's run it just to test it. So it's not gonna let us in because we didn't put an else condition. We should put an else condition here. Else, because else print you are not allowed. All right, so let's run this. You are not allowed because we changed the condition. We put false, so one of them is not true. So but if we change this or, then it's gonna be allowed. You are in, because it's one of the two that will meet the condition. You are in. Perfect. So I hope you got this. Oh, here actually even I messed it up and still got me in because one of the condition was true. And if I made a mistake on the has ID, because it's meeting one of the condition, it will let me in. So basically this is what it is. So we got it, and now we're gonna go to the example here. Print true and false. What do you think is the answer? True and false. It's gonna print, copy the code. I hope you're following along. Let's comment the one here first. I want to know first one first. All right. So true and false. So it should be false, right? Yeah, false. We have it here. And then the second one is or. It's one or the other. We don't even need to rewrite it. Just gonna change here or. There you go. And now it's gonna be true, the answer, sure, because it's one of the conditions that is met. It's gonna be true. Perfect. So we got that right. Think before thinking. Nest thinking. Perfect. Now we're getting interesting in nesting. Concept 3, age equal 20, citizen is true. If age is greater or equal to 18, if citizen, print can vote. It's nested, so that's the way you do the nest. So instead of putting and, if age and citizen, then you can do like this. If 18, if citizen, print can vote. This is called nested condition. Python reads like a decision tree. Okay, you're gonna do this. Okay, so it says age equals 24. I like the number 24. So then what's gonna be here? If age greater equal to, in the United States, I think it's 21. You need to be 21. We forgot citizen. Citizen equals true. So now we do like this and then like that. If citizen, then print you can vote. Okay. So let's go ahead and run this. True, you can vote. Why is it printing true? Because of this one here. Forgot to comment this. Should just print you can vote. Still printing. Okay, you can vote. Yeah, I don't want the true plus in vote. Just there you go. Are you following up? Do you have questions? What's going on? Do you have confusion? Let me know. So now we have the nest. So the nest is like this. If instead of using the and or. Mini project 2, smart login system. Perfect. Now this is getting interesting. I like it. Create a program that asks for a username. That's what I said before. See, it's like ChatGPT reading my mind. Ask for password. If username equals admin and password equal 1234, print access granted. Otherwise, print access denied. Do not overthink. So we're not gonna look into that. I'm gonna copy this because I don't want to see the answer. We are learning here. We're doing it. We are learning. We're gonna become a full stack developer by the end of this program. I can guarantee you. So follow along and you will thank me later. Okay. Mini program, and we are going to just comment all this, but I want to have it here so I know what we're in. So first, we're going to create a program that asks for a username. So how do we ask for a username? Remember, username. Let's put the variable equals to, it's a text, so we're gonna do an input. Please enter user. If you're saying, how come you're doing this, you're so good at this, maybe you're saying this because I did day 1 and day 2, day 1A, day 1B, everything is on my course. So go ahead and check it out. Take it now because it's free for now. I don't know what I'm gonna do later. For the moment it's totally free. So I started at 0, just like if you're a beginner and you're starting at 0, you're like me. Username, but now I actually remember all this, that everything I did on day 1. Input, please enter your username. Okay, so we have the first input. Ask for a password. Perfect. Store on the username. So now password equals another input, and this time password is number. So what do we do if it's a number? We need to do an int, right? So we're gonna change this here and we're gonna put int like this. We wanna in this case we're gonna assume that it's numbers or integers, but they could have letters, so it could be just an input. But for this particular example, because he says 1 2 3 4, we're gonna make it as I did now, a conversion of int, and that we learn on day 1 too. If you don't know what I'm doing, then you should go and watch that video. Please start from the beginning. Please enter password like this. So now we have 1 2, and now it says if username admin and password 1 2 3. Now we're gonna create our loop. If username equals admin and password equals 1 2 3 4, we're gonna print. Okay, so this is the mini program, the mini project we just did. If you're following along, mini project 2, smart login. So what do you think? Did I do it properly? Username input, please enter username, password int input, because we want to convert this into a integer. And then we did if username equals comparison operator and the AND operator, password again comparison operator 1 2 3 4, print access granted, else prints wrong credential. Let's run it. Please enter username. We're gonna enter admin and the password 1 2 3 4. Access granted. Perfect. We just created a login system. So easy. Now we're going to do the wrong information, the wrong credentials. So let's run it. Enter username. We're gonna do admin like this, and let's see if it recognizes the caps. And then the password, we're gonna enter 1 2 3 4, the same. Wrong credentials. So you see the capitalization, it did the A caps didn't make it pass, so now it says wrong credentials. So our program is working perfectly. Now let's go here and see. Before coding answer, what are the steps in plain English? Developer think before typing. We did it after you finish, reply with your 5 tests. After you finish, reply with your 5 test answers and what and or return mini project done. Okay, so it's your logic is strong enough. You want to move into loops on day 3, not today but tomorrow, or you want to do more. We have the choice here. You are not just learning syntax, you're rewriting your thinking. Yes, and still day 2, and yes, still day 2. You need to let me know on the comments so I know the pace, if I'm doing it too fast, too slow. I really need your feedback if you are into this. Good, but now I'm going to be strict in a good way. You didn't give the actual answer, you just repeated the headings. This is important. Typing the answer forces your brain to retrieve knowledge, retrieval learning, reading illusion. Let's do it properly. Type this. Well, we already did that. I think he thinks I'm not doing it. We did all this. You're doing well, now prove it. Okay, so let's prove it to him because he thinks we didn't do it. What type is this? He wants us to redo the exam. What type is this? Number 1, the type is str. Even we're gonna put class str. 2, What type is this? Class int. What does that print? Number 3, do you remember what does it print? It's an empty, so it should print false. This is gonna print false too. False. And what does this fail? 5, because we are trying to concatenate a str type to a int type data. Okay, what else? And what does this print? Add and or prints. The first one prints false and the second one print true. Okay, let's go and let's submit this to our teacher ChatGPT. Excellent. Let's grade this properly. Your answers review 5. You said class is correct, technically class str, but you understand it. Int 5, you said class int, correct. Bool, you said false, correct. See, it's even correcting our answer. 4, you said false, correct, because different type versus str. 5 plus 5, you say because you're trying to connect str type to an int type data, you understand type mismatch, and you said false, true, correct. Verdict, you understand it, not memorizing, not guessing, actually understand it. That means we move to day 3. That's gonna be for tomorrow. We'll stop the class for today. Thanks for tuning in and see you on the next time. Stay blessed.